Welcome back to That Bitchin' Real Estate podcast. Today we are talking about the mortgage meltdown.
Get ready for the real estate show that takes you across the barriers and into the danger zone. That Bitchin' Real Estate podcast with your host, Tenacious T.
That is really what my office looks like. I'm not kidding you.
Even Johnny Depp in the background.
Yeah, oh yeah, got him. So today we have the wonderful, the beautiful Haley Schuster. Say hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
We have, he just is infectious. I keep inviting him back. Michael, Mr. Casa Herrera, say hello.
I just don't leave, huh?
Yeah, it's the beer. I keep giving him beer, he stays. And we also have Jordon and Ricky. Ricky, how do you say your last name?
Khamis.
Khamis.
Yeah.
I want to say Hamas and Chemis and Khamis.
I've heard it all, trust me.
And Jordon, your last name?
It is Partridge.
Partridge and a pear tree. I
Yes,
love
ma'am.
it. I can remember that one. Who are you with?
AmeriFirst Financial.
Why?
Yeah. I've been at AmeriFirst for going on 10 years this month. I don't like to move around.
Yeah.
It's hard with a big pipeline to just get up and leave. So I've built my own company within a company, which has been nice.
Love that. One of my coach, I think we all know him, Brian Colhane. Do not build other people's businesses. Build your own.
Build your own.
Love it.
Yep.
If you build it, they will come.
They will, and they do.
Yes, they
That's
do.
right.
So, this is a show about having open discussions. We don't want to name names, but we do want to tell our funny situations and maybe discuss what should have been done to avoid the disaster. I want you to tell me a kind yet funny tale about an explosive disaster in your mortgage business.
So one that comes to mind, which was during the meltdown, by the way, and this particular couple, they were very near and dear to my heart. Older couple. She was a travel agent, and she booked our first ever trip to Florida, right?
Oh,
so
nice.
took all the kids and did it 2 weeks there, and she was a travel agent. So, and he was a truck driver, okay, for like Walmart or Target or somebody. Can't remember. It was a while ago.
Blue collar.
So they moved to Arizona. I do their loan on their primary, and they had caught wind of something people were doing back then where you would sell a house and then the seller would kick you back money.
Right. Yeah.
So very illegal. There's no gray area about that.
Yeah.
It's not black. I mean, it is what it is. It's
Yep.
illegal. You can't do that. So they came to me, and it was probably about a year after I did their first loan. And this was, 05-ish. So like 06.
Mm-hmm.
They come to me, and I had moved companies at the time. I was a broker prior. And they wanted me to do 9 loans for them. 9.
Only 9?
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Each house was $900,000.
Whoa.
Okay. Primary residence on each one,
Yeah.
and the seller was going to kick them back $100,000 on each house.
And they're supposed to qualify, correct?
They're supposed to qualify. Well, at the
Yes.
time, you could fog a mirror.
Right.
and
That's
get
what I'm
along.
saying.
Yeah. So they're sitting down and they're telling me this story and how they're going to be rich and and all this. And I said, you're going to go to prison.
Yeah.
I said, you can't do that. Okay, so you won't do these loans for us. I wanted to do
Of course you did.
$900,000. I said no. So I don't talk to him for a while. 3-4 years later, she calls me in a panic. All 9 loans foreclosed.
Oh.
Okay. Same realtor,
Oh, dear Lord.
same appraiser, same lender,
God.
same title
Oh,
company.
that doesn't look good at all.
Oh, I think there's some jail time coming in here.
Are they all in prison?
No, they did. As far as I know, they didn't get caught.
Who's the attorney?
But
I need that
I'm
on speed
I'm holding
dial.
that in my back pocket
Right.
in case I ever get called. Right.
Right, right.
Well, I know this really nice couple.
Oh, God.
Deflect.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's probably the biggest one that I wanted to do.
Wow.
right?
Insane.
Yeah.
Right.
But didn't want to go to
You're
prison
like,
over it.
Right.
Damn it,
Right.
I want to be shady. I
Yes.
want to be
Yeah.
shady.
Can I just
Yeah.
be a little shady?
So yeah, it was
So
insane.
the moral to that story would be, don't get too creative with your financing.
If you think you won't go to prison over fraud, I've got about a half a dozen personal friends
Yeah.
behind bars
Yeah.
currently
Oh my God.
Yeah.
serving time. You can
Learning.
go to, and borrowers think they're somehow excluded.
Yeah.
From
No.
the
Oh,
front.
yeah. They're the innocent party.
Well-
Did you send them all rope on a soap?
Yeah,
Or soap on a rope?
Here's your
Yeah,
closing
yeah.
gift.
yeah.
So, Haley,
Huh,
who is
good gift,
married
right?
to a police officer, she'll be the first to tell you that if the word police comes up in any conversation, don't do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very simple.
My thought is, if you have to think about it anyway,
Yes.
If you
It's-
have to read through your text and delete those emails, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You don't have Hillary Clinton's lawyers on
No,
your
you
side.
Don't. You don't. And they're there. That you
Yeah.
can't delete
they only
them.
so the FBI has a 99% conviction rate on mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
By the time they come knocking, they already know.
Yeah.
Right? They already have
Yeah,
everything
just
they
just
need.
give it up.
So
Just
crazy.
give it
Well,
up.
now it's about how good your negotiation skills are with
To get
pleading
to get
it
your
down.
ass out of jail.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
yeah,
you're going
exactly.
to jail, but how long, right?
Right.
So I've made it a point to no one deal is ever worth
No. Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
It's
I
just,
agree.
and I don't care
I agree.
how because a lot of the times the real estate agents, no offense, they will bully a lender into doing something because
Oh, yeah.
they know they're protected. Right?
Look,
because it's the lender really doing it.
And, and I think, and another reason for this show, I think there's a perception out there that you guys should do whatever we ask you to do. Period. And that's not. Can we say lender partner?
Partner.
Partner.
Keyword there. Keyword.
Yeah. So, Jordan, do you have a funny little story on maybe a demanding real estate agent and what we should or should not do? And don't name names.
Oh, I won't name names. I think I have a couple dozen of those. But I think our biggest one would have to been, it was a down payment assistance client. So many years ago, down payment assistance were like really like hot loans to get, and everyone wanted them.
Yeah.
We probably exhausted on this particular client about 4 different options before we landed on one that was an in-house down payment program that we offered at AmeriFirst. And the agent called at least a dozen times a day saying, why are we using this program? Because it wasn't the greatest, but at the time it was all the client could get.
Right.
So as a lender, we go, these are your options. This is the only one that's actually going to work and make sense for you guys. So we did close the loan. Clients were very grateful because they got turned down multiple times. But this agent probably said 4 or 5 times, you guys aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know, you're not doing what's the best interest of the client, to the point where
you mean they thought they knew how to do your job?
precisely. There's multiple, like I said, there's multiple stories of agents like that.
I do have occasional issues with that myself. But anyway, continue.
But at one point, I mean, I had to get Ricky involved. I try to keep as much off of him as possible because he's such a positive dude. Like you can't have this negativity vibes coming
Haley,
in. So
what did you say to me today when we were going out to the car and Ricky was coming in? What did you say about Ricky?
I freaking love this guy.
He's cool. But I'm sorry, we were deflected. Go ahead, squirrel. You said Ricky. Anyway,
no. I mean, ultimately, it just boiled down to the fact that the agent called a lot, acted like they knew what they were talking about. Obviously, we're the lender, so
Yes.
we're like, okay, we're getting the best deal for your client, and this is the only option they have available to them. And it worked through. We don't do business with that agent. Turns out they actually went and got a different job.
Yeah. Well, and my whole theory, and I think the way that you don't even get into that position is you thoroughly discuss the client. If you have questions with the lender first, before you put offers in, before you put them in a house, know exactly the path you're going down so you can steer clear and straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ricky, I do a series of 10 questions that
Okay.
I usually ask our
right.
co-agent, but I think you would be perfect.
Okay.
And this is going to be thinking about the lending world. So in the lending world, what is your favorite word?
Favorite word is approved.
Yes. Oh my God, that's
So
good.
we deal with a
Mine too.
lot of
Clear to close.
Yeah.
we deal with a lot of first-time home buyer getting back into the market type clients,
Yeah.
which all have credit issues. So
Dude, I got credit issues.
I'm very yeah, me too. That's another story.
Yeah,
I'll
we
start
all
crying
have
about
that
it.
issue.
But it's, to me, I really believe that every family deserves the same chance as the guy who has an 800 FICO.
Hell yeah, amen, man.
They should own a home because
Yeah.
it helps them build wealth. You know, I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting. I truly believe that.
And I think most people know my story, and I could not agree more.
Yeah.
A foundation. A foundation that nobody can take from you.
Yeah.
We should make your payments.
And you know what I found too is that the struggle bus clients is what I call them.
Yeah.
They refer more. They become
Yes.
like family. The
Totally.
780 Viper driver family.
Yeah.
They never refer.
I think a lot of them just realize the work that we go into
That's right.
to try to change their
Yeah.
lives. So I
Yeah.
love that. So again, in the lender world, what is
Approved.
your least favorite word?
Denied.
Yeah, because
That's an easy one.
Man.
And I don't take that very well.
No.
So he politely mentioned before he tries to keep me out of stuff because I'm such a positive guy.
Yeah.
I'm also a semi overreactor.
A semi overreactor. It's just semi
Only a
overreacting.
little bit.
I can see it right now.
So-
Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wall.
no,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I freak out.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think if you're truly passionate, there's nothing wrong with releasing.
Yeah.
I say some choice words on
Yeah.
occasion myself.
Oh yeah.
So this is another one of my favorite questions because we all have that certain something that turns us on, that makes us say, this, no matter what is going to happen today, this is what turns me on and gets me going. What is that for you?
For me, it's literally when a client is in process and they refer us somebody in the process. That, I know that sounds stupid, but
So
we are very big on current client referrals. So you're a current client, everyone you know, I want to know. And we build it around that. So
I would say your turn on then is executing and providing above and beyond customer service then.
because they
refer it back.
That's right.
Love it.
100%.
Love it.
Yep.
What's your biggest turn off?
Bitchy real estate agent.
That think they know your job.
There's a bunch of them out there too.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Whiners.
I have a really tough time with negativity. Like probably over and above the normal human.
Yeah.
And I react really poorly to it.
Yeah. Well, again, you know what? We all need to vent. We all need
is
to
what it
complain.
is.
But
Yeah.
at some point, it goes from complaining to living in a negative space, and that's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it just super annoying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just you know
So-
what? Do not stumble over what is behind you. Stop
Right.
it. Just stop
Yeah.
it.
Which makes sense that your son is doing so well and at such
Oh,
a young
yeah.
age because
Yeah.
he grew up with that positive, like, get over it, rub
Yep.
some dirt on it,
Yep.
move
Yeah.
on.
You save the tears for somebody who cares. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's,
Sure.
So
you really just get past it. So.
you are also have a military background, and you're. Let's face it, he's a badass. What is your favorite curse word?
Ooh.
You can say it. We'll bleep it out if we have to.
Cuss like a soldier now.
Yes. Yeah, you know, and it's just, again.
There's probably a
It
couple
is-
in there, but
So we have another one coming back for episode 36 on the many uses of the word.
This
Oh,
room
man.
is getting real
I'm
full
telling
you.
because
Yeah.
everybody loves.
Oh yeah. So many meanings.
So this
For
one
sure.
is more on a personal level. What noise or sound do you love?
I just made it.
Yeah. He likes them.
Noise or sound do I love? I think a moan is probably my top two.
He's very candid.
I think this is going to be a very popular episode.
Get the man a cocktail. We're about to talk.
Where's that beer?
Where's this beer? Yeah. Pass the beer around.
Maybe along those same lines, what noise or sound do you hate?
That's an easy one.
Is that it?
No. So the easy one is when somebody drinks in my office.
He's talking about me, by the way.
And I
drinks
hear
like
that,
a beer, like over
I'm
yonder.
I'm talking like a.
Oh, you can gulp.
swallow
Like a
the
gulp.
gulp.
But it's like a.
I
Like you
said that
meant-
earlier. That
Yeah.
Oh,
But you mean it like that's the. You're
Like you
never
can
gonna have
feel it.
water again,
Yeah.
and everyone around you's got to hear it. Yeah, so that one.
Yeah.
I do it on purpose sometimes, to be honest.
This one I'm excited about asking you, but I'm going to see what his answer is first.
Oh.
To the question we're going to
Okay.
ask you. Take mortgages out of the equation.
Okay.
What would you do? What would be your profession if you could choose any? Think about it. What do you think he's going to say?
Oh, he'll say sales hands down. Like any sales, he'll say sales.
Needs
He's
to be
great
more
at that.
specific.
Okay, coaching.
Coaching. Okay.
Coaching.
Okay.
I would say police for him.
I see it coaching, but I see it coaching like on a personal level with possibly VA and first responders to help them thrive and get through their own PTSD and not have that negative emotion. So Ricky, tell us, what is it?
So my passion is coaching and leveling people up and really positivity.
Yeah.
Right. If money were no issue and that wasn't a thing, I'd be a cop.
Nice. Nice.
I'd be,
Oh, good
and
call,
it would be
Haley.
SWAT. It would be. I wouldn't want to go up, so I could be the guy kicking the door in, even at 50 plus.
Her husband and
Telling
you're
you, I
going to be hanging out. So
But I
love
love
it.
coaching.
And this last question, if you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
It would be Ed Milet, who's alive.
I don't know that.
He's very successful in the social media world. He
Interesting.
built a massive financial plan. That's his background, is financial planning. Ultra rich, hundreds of millions. And the guy
Genius.
is just like me, like just a level, grinder.
Michael's nodding his head. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is, but I mean, I follow
Yeah.
a lot of people. I may
Yeah.
know who he is, but I don't know.
Yeah. So spell
Yeah.
that name so we all can look that up.
Mylett.
Mylett.
Ed
Well,
Milet.
gentlemen, thank you so much for coming
Yeah, you got
on.
it.
I tell the audience how they can get a hold of you.
Sure. Best way is to call 480-559-9609. That number gets answered 24 hours a day
The
Nice.
bat
by
line.
one of these guys. That's a bat line.
Yeah, I think we beat him up this weekend with a couple. Didn't we? We needed a
I love it.
prequel right now.
Use
One
me.
of them even told him that if he didn't call her back, she would cut him.
But he did. He called her back, and she's
And she
she's-
was like,
we're-
I
we're
love that
moving
guy.
forward.
He's my
She
guy.
meant it too. I love it.
Like I say at the end of every episode, it is not what you go through; it is how you come through it. This is Kimberly Toko, Tenacious T,
Haley Schuster, the Blue Line Realtor.
our fun guest host.
Michael Herrera, the punk rock realtor.
Ricky Khamis, AmeriFirst Financial.
And Jordon Partridge, also AmeriFirst Financial.
Thank you for joining us, Tenacious T.